Hi, this is Raj from Sportscars. Here I've got an absolutely stunning Porsche 911 Carrera S Cabriolet. It's a 997 Gen 2 produced in October 2010. As you can see, it's finished in absolutely glorious Basalt Black Metallic, which looks absolutely sensational. It's got the black hood and the extended black leather with the contrast silver stitching. So it has leather all over the dash, the front and rear seats, and obviously the whole of the door cards as well. Really looks stunning. Triple black because it has all those three options in black, and it's in absolutely beautiful condition. As you can see, it has been previously ceramic coated. We've also just very lightly machine polished and waxed it as well, so it's fully protected paint wise. No swells or anything like that. It's got some really nice options on the outside, so things like the wheels here are the optional Turbo 2 19-inch diamond cut wheels, and they're in fantastic condition. As you can see, the tyres are Michelin Pilot Sport N2s, Porsche N2-rated. They're PS2s. Discs and pads are all good as well, and as you can see, because it's an S, it has the guards red calipers with the Porsche lettering there. Colour Porsche crests there. They're new actually, so they look really nice and fresh. The whole stance of the car, the whole look of the car looks, I think, just absolutely sublime. The 997 Gen 2s are absolutely fantastic, especially with the S. It's a rear wheel drive 3.8 litre flat six, produces 385 horsepower, lots of power for a car that weighs just over 1.4 tons. It's a lovely size on the UK roads as well, which is why people love them. It'll do 60 in around 4.4 seconds onto a top speed of over 180. From memory, I think it's 188. Incredibly quick car, obviously with the roof up. It has got the black fabric hood, as I mentioned, and it has got, in the UK we have the functionality to actually put the roof up with the key. You can actually obviously do it with the controls in the car up to around 30 miles an hour, just over. But it has the glass heated rear screen, as you can see. So that's it, and then it puts all the windows up as the final stage, so you can be at the pub, you see it starting to rain, and you can just quickly use the key. You don't have to race into it, start it up and everything else. So there is the hood. It's a lovely shape to it actually, especially with those rear haunches there. Really beautiful looking 911, and as I was saying, it's perfect size for UK roads, but also for a lot of people now, these cars get very collectible because they do have that essence of the air-cooled 993. So the mid-90s last air-cooled Porsche 911. The 997 was basically a water-cooled homage to that, and as a result they are very collectible now. Harder to find in great condition like this. This has just two previous owners from new and just over 40,000 miles on the clock. It was last serviced in April. It's got a full Porsche main dealer service history, apart from the last one, which was done at a Porsche specialist, and it has the invoices as well as a fully stamped service book to back that up. It's got the Bi-Xenon headlights, the daylight running lights in those lower sections there where the indicators are, and it's obviously got quite an unusual option. Some cars have it, some don't. It's the third radiators that keeps it cooler if you're, say, in the south of France or Spain or Portugal. That comes in really handy. It keeps the engine temperatures that little bit lower, so it doesn't struggle, say, if you're in 40-degree heat on the motorway. That is a really nice addition if you're going to be using this car in Europe. With it being the S, it also has the quad exhaust system as standard, which sounds absolutely sublime, and I will start the car up. It has the rear parking sensors as well, which have got audible warnings on the inside, and it's got obviously the 997 Gen 2 pointed rear lights, which are LEDs, which also really make the car look quite timeless, I think. Now I'll just open up the hood again with the key, so you can see that all operates as it should. So that rear clam lifts, then everything gets stowed in that section there. This car has also got the wind deflector, which sets itself up across the rear seats. Again, if you're traveling at motorway speeds with the, I've just actually held the button and it's just putting those windows up, which is fine. You don't have to do that. Let me start it up. Yeah, so it's got the foldable, collapsible wind deflector, which I think is around sort of £400 on its own. If you've got a car that needs it, that's how much they are secondhand. Now on the inside, it's got some really lovely options like this sport design steering wheel, which lights up with which driving mode you're in. So it has Sport, Sport Plus and Launch Control, and that's because it has the optional Sport Chrono Package Plus. So it has these extra buttons here. All S models come with PASM, so the switchable sport suspension, which is 10mm lower than a car without PASM. So it can run in full comfort mode or full sport mode at the touch of a button. Really nice system. It's all designed by Bilstein, the dampers. As I said, it's covered for 42,324 miles, and the service is next due 18,700 miles, 679 days, which works out as April 2026. So lots of life left before you need to take it for any servicing. It has the heated seats, which are obviously, I think it's a must to have heated seats in a convertible in the UK. That's just my opinion. Some people don't seem to mind. It has the full climate control system. So basically when you have it on auto, you set a temperature and then it will adjust the fans and also direct where they should be to be most effective. Or you can just manually override it like I am doing there. It has the 7-speed PDK box, which is a great box, especially with that Sport Chrono Plus package, because you get the additional faster and more aggressive change patterns on the 7-speed semi-automatic box. That box can be run in full manual, full auto, or you can at any point use the full-size paddles on the steering wheel to change gears yourself, and then after around 30 seconds of not using the paddles, it will revert back to the auto mode. If you've got an automatic. To put it into manual mode, you put it down all the way down to drive and then you slide it across, and then you've got the ability to use the actual gear stick as a sequential box, so pushing it away to go up a gear, pulling it back towards you to go down a gear. So it feels like a rally car when you're using that. Great system. The seats are the comfort seats, but they've got the optional embossed headrests. The seat belts are also option for the factory in silver grey, which is a lovely additional option there. And then the thing you may have noticed while I've been talking is that this has CarPlay. So this is the standard Porsche head unit, but it's been retrofitted with an extra motherboard which allows you to run full wireless CarPlay, so you can at any time use the full Porsche system, so you can have your phone connected. I haven't connected it to the Porsche side because this car does have Bluetooth. You can use the CD player there obviously as well, or if you hold down the info button, it will switch to the NM Automotive system, which has full CarPlay. It has Android Auto as well, so you can run Waze, you can use Google Maps. You've got absolutely live data. You don't have to worry about maps not being up to date on the Porsche system, because you can have literally people reporting at this second what's going on, where the police are, where there's potholes, if there is any roadworks that have been set up, even emergency roadworks. It's great that these systems are now out here for you to have a much safer drive in the UK and abroad as well. So I really like that sort of addition, because as soon as you switch it back, you wouldn't ever guess, you wouldn't ever be able to tell, because there's no extra wires, there's no extra sort of horrible non-matching plastic head unit. It's all the factory system, but then it's got that added bonus of having this hidden functionality, which I think is just absolutely brilliant, that you can run things like your digital radio apps, you can have podcasts, Spotify, you can even have YouTube music. So it's a really nice integration there to basically make it much more up to date, just like the 992s, which have CarPlay built in. Porsche didn't integrate CarPlay until the 991 Gen 2, which is 2016 onwards. I'll just give it a little rev so you can hear exactly how great it sounds, and I'll show you that rear spoiler going up. So there's the spoiler. That comes up at 70 and it goes down at around 50 miles an hour, but you can manually control it just like I have there. So I've put that down now, and then I'll show you the engine bay where the flat 6 direct fuel injection engine is. Now these engines are incredibly reliable. They were completely re-engineered between the 997 and Gen 1 and 997 Gen 2, so they don't suffer any issues such as bore scoring, IMS bearing failures or RMS oil seal leaks. They're just a safer engine to have, 2009 onwards. This is an October 2010 car, which actually means it's a 2011 model year, so the chassis number is the same as any car made up to around August 2011, so it's one of the later 997 Gen 2s. And as I said, it's only 2 previous owners. There's the wind deflector. Behind there is all the tool sets. So you've got a warning triangle at the top there in red. Then you've got a tyre compressor, a locking wheel bolt to take the wheels off. You've got the tool set with a reversible screwdriver spanner to disconnect the battery, things like that. And a headlight adjustment tool, as well as the tyre gel. In this section here, you've got some extra storage. And I'll just show you the battery under this section here, which is a very decent, it's actually a Varta system, but it was actually installed by RAC, so that is a very good addition there. I mean, it's absolutely such a sensational car. As you can hear it purring away, that flat 6 sound is so recognizable, and also the shape, just look at the shape, it is just pure Porsche 911, which has obviously been around since the 60s. And you can see that clear styling cues coming through on this car with the front wings, those gorgeous oval tilted back lights. I mean, I think this styling of the 997 is absolutely timeless, and that's why you're seeing the prices of these being so static, and cars like this, which have been looked after all their life, being very collectible and desirable and enjoyable too. I mean, there is obviously the full 4 seats. You've got those rear seats that fold down, so you've got storage there if there's just 2 of you in the car. You've got all of the sort of creature comforts like extra compartments in the doors to store bits and pieces, storage in the center armrest, a lockable glove box. Then you've got a little coin or ashtray, although this car has never been smoked in. You've got that little storage there, obviously the lockable glove box, CD storage there, pen holder there, and then you've got cup holders which expand as well, which are really handy on a trip. We've also plugged this car into the Porsche diagnostics just to check that there's no issues. We've also double checked all of the options in this car are original, and we've checked for over revs. We've done the engine hours check to make sure that the car hasn't been clocked, so it is absolutely all good to go. You can actually view all of that on our website. There's a PDF on the advert for the car, but yeah, all of that stuff is available for you to view. It does come with 2 keys, the 2 original Porsche keys, the full Porsche leather wallet with the original stamp service book, as well as all the other manuals. It does come with a nice little picture frame with 2 images of this car for your desk, and it's got, yeah, a full provenance file which we put together with all of the invoices, MOTs, as well as our PDF, which summarizes the full options, the diagnostics, the service history, and also even the things like the dimensions as well, the spec of the car, so the size, speed, power, all of that stuff is nicely filed in a collectible wallet to go with the car, because I think things like that add value to cars like these now. These are collectible classics, modern classics, whatever you want to call them. They are appreciating and being appreciated and being enjoyed. If you are interested in the car, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.